the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one! Bacunas rejecting Espejo for the home.
The Boston Celtics show why they're the defending NBA champs as they had the Cleveland Cavaliers their first loss of the season. Final score here, 120-117 in favor of the C's, ending the Cavs' undefeated run at 15 games. The Cavs entered Boston's TD Garden looking to break a tie for the second best start in NBA history. But the defending champs had other ideas. The Celtics came out firing to build a 17-point lead at halftime. Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs did punch back in the third quarter, cutting the deficit to just 2 points. But in the final frame, Boston came up with enough answers to hold off Cleveland. Jason Tatum leading the Celtics once more with 33 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists, while Spida finished with a game-high 35 markers in a losing effort for the Cavs. Now, despite their first loss, the Cavs still lead the standings with a 15-1 record. Right behind them are the Celtics with 12 wins and 3 defeats. And here's what Cavs head coach Kenny Atkinson had to say about the team's first setback of the season.
Yeah, and the first thing we learned was the force and physicality. They had playoff force and physicality. We had regular season force and physicality, and that's why we're down whatever we were down at half. Second half, we turned it up, but it's kind of too late. So that, you know, and then, yeah, strategically you learn things too. They obviously do some different things to put you in tough positions. So we're just going to have to put it in the bank and try to make adjustments game 2.
Meantime, the Denver Nuggets overcome the absence of Nikola Jokic to put away the Memphis Grizzlies. Jamal Murray stepped up to lead the Nuggets to a 122-110 victory. The Blue Arrows scored a game-high 27 points, but it was Russell Westbrook who took the spotlight. The former league MVP made history once again as the first player to ever have 200 career triple-doubles. Westbrook finished with 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 14 assists. After the game, Nuggets coach Mike Malone made special mention of the NBA's triple-double king.
Obviously, you have to give Russell Westbrook a special shout-out. His number 200 in terms of triple-doubles, all-time NBA leader. And the cool thing about it is the guy that's going to break his record is on his team right now, and Russ got the defensive player of the game. He guarded everybody in that team tonight, took a big charge, got a big steal.
4 more games from the Emirates NBA Cup.
Here's a look at the results. Cam Johnson scores 34 points as the Brooklyn Nets hold on to a 116-115 win over the Charlotte Hornets. Meanwhile, with Luka Doncic back in the fold, the Dallas Mavericks blow out the New Orleans Pelicans 132-91 for their 3rd straight win.
San Antonio Spurs did not need Victor Wembanyama to claim a 110-104 victory over the hard-charging Oklahoma City Thunder. And last but definitely not the least, Dalton Knecht ties a single-game rookie record with 9 3-pointers en route to a career-high 37 points in the LA Lakers' 124-118 dub over the Utah Jazz. From the NBA, let's move on now to UAAP men's basketball. No Final Four just yet for the UE Red Warriors. They lose to the UP Fighting Maroons in their final elimination round match. UE led by as many as 7 points in the first quarter before UP surged to regain the lead. From there, it was all Fighting Maroons as the second-seeded team rolled to the victory 77-67. Harold Alacon waxed hot with a career-high 33 points, including 5 3-point bombs. Despite having center Precious Momoe back, UE still fell behind in rebounding. UP dominated the boards here 47-34. UE has lost 5 games in a row. They also won just 1 game in the second round after a hot start where they won 5 of their 7 first-round games. But all's not lost for the Red Warriors as they are still assured of at least a playoff for that 4th and final semi spot. And that's if the Adamson Falcons win against the Ateneo Blue Eagles on Saturday.
Here's where teams stand in UAAP men's basketball with only one game left to play in the elimination round. Sitting at the top are the DLSU Green Archers with a 12-2 record, while the UP Fighting Maroons end the elimination round at 11-3. Both LaSalle and UP have a twice-to-beat advantage in the Final Four. The UST Growling Tigers have also secured their spot in the semis with a 7-7 record. Again, UE and Adamson are the only teams left in contention for that last Final Four ticket. The Red Warriors are currently fourth at 6-8, holding a slim lead over the 5-8 Falcons. Already out of playoff contention are the FEU Tamaraws and the NU Bulldogs, who both have a 5-9 record to end the season. And lastly, the Ateneo Blue Eagles hold a 4-9 record with one game left to play. Interestingly, one of Ateneo's 4 wins this season came against Adamson. Gilas Pilipinas is back in action tomorrow for the second window of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. We'll give you a preview of the big game against the New Zealand Tall Blacks. Stay tuned here on Play by Play.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play on One News. Gilas Pilipinas returns to the hard court tomorrow to play their first game in the second window of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. It's going to be a tall order against the Tall Blacks, who currently rank 22nd in the world. Gilas has lost its last 4 matchups against the Tall Blacks, with the last one coming in a 92-75 loss in the 2022 edition of the Asia Cup. But the Nationals are looking to build on their blowout wins from the first window against Hong Kong and Chinese Taipei. Both the Philippines and New Zealand are coming into this clash with identical 2-0 win-loss slates. This means the winner of this game could very well decide who wins Group B. Tip-off will be 7:30 p.m. at the Mall of Asia Arena. Gilas will then follow that game up with a rematch against Hong Kong. That will be on Sunday, November 24th, still at 7:30 p.m. at the MOA Arena. And joining us tonight for a preview of that upcoming Gilas-New Zealand clash is FIBA writer and media officer and Gilas Youth Assistant Coach, the capital T-H-E, Hoopnut, Enzo Flojo. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for joining us, Enzo.
Thank you for obliging. You know what? Buti na lang si Cheska nag-invite sa'yo. Kasi feeling ko kung ako, hindi.
Grabe naman.
Okay, welcome to the show, by the way.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. Sir Chess, kasi New Zealand, number 22, as I mentioned, in the FIBA World Rankings, Enzo, while the Philippines is number 34.
That's right.
And it's been a long time since I believe huli natin natalo ang New Zealand. Sabi ko sunod-sunod nga, as I mentioned earlier in the item. Last ng 2022 edition of the Asia Cup, we lost 92-75. So ang tagal-tagal na nating, kumbaga, we haven't gotten this hump against New Zealand. So if we talk about them, strengths, weaknesses, who should we take note of?
Well, this is a New Zealand team that will still be very, very big. So they have a lot of size. They're also going to have a lot of speed and shooting. So it's a balanced team. That's something that's always been consistent with New Zealand, and that's something we should expect. I'm sure Coach Tim Cohn and his staff, that's something that they all, have scouted already. They know that already. Having said that, in terms of the weaknesses, Dre and Chestnut, this is maybe the most inexperienced New Zealand team we're going up against.
Interesting.
So they are actually missing 6 of the 12 players who played for them in the 2024 OQTs. So 6 veterans not here. 3 of their top 4 scorers from the first window of the Asia Cup qualifiers are also not here. So they have a lot of medyo young players here. Their main head coach, Pero Cameron, is actually no longer with the program. He's coaching in the CBA right now in China. Their number 1 assistant coach is also not around because he's an assistant coach for the Boston Celtics in the NBA. So they have a new coach coming in, Jude Flavel, who's very good also. But if we're going to look at the personnel from number 1 to number 12, hindi sila mahina, but this is maybe, like I said, the most inexperienced New Zealand squad we're going against. We're playing them at home. So that's something I think we could potentially capitalize on, especially since our team has a lot of veterans as well.
And earlier you mentioned the size, the speed, and the shooting of New Zealand. So how does Argila's lineup stack up against these against the Tall Blacks? Do we have enough to match up against them?
I think in terms of guards, we've always been very good with our guard play. So CJ Perez, Scotty Thompson, Chris Newsome, I think they're going to hold their own, maybe even more than hold their own against the guards of New Zealand. The one of note, though, is Corey Webster. He's one of their top scorers, and he isa siya sa mga pumatay sa atin in 2016. So he's back, he's a veteran. But he didn't play in window 1, so this will be his first qualifiers game. We'll see how that goes, but I think our guards match up well with him. Wingmen, I think we have the edge with Justin Brownlee and Dwight Ramos. Their main wingman for New Zealand, I think, is going to be 6'7" Tom Vodanovic, 6'7" shooter. So parang Carl Tamayo type na a little bit burlier.
Bigger.
The X factor, I think, will be at the front line. So we have, of course, Julmar Fajardo and Japeth Aguilar. Julmar, however, did not play in window 1. So we'll see how he matches up here against 2 guys who are 6'11" from New Zealand. Kai Soto, thank goodness we have him playing because he's going to add a lot of length, size, and even mobility to our front court against a very big and very physical New Zealand front line. If we can kind of cancel them out, I think we have a good chance.
Since you touched up on Kai already and size, that really will be a big factor here against a really tall Blacks team. Actually, we haven't beaten pala. I was just reading it up. We haven't beaten the Tall Blacks in FIBA competition.
Yes, that's
correct. Ito na yung pinaka-chance, as you said. But gaano ka crucial to have Kai, a 7-footer, play here against a tall New Zealand team?
Oh, extremely crucial. I mean, ideally, we'd have both him and his former Batangilas partners, AJ Edu. But Kai brings a lot to the table. Again, you can't teach 7'3". So he's going to be the tallest guy on the floor at any point in time. The tallest guy from New Zealand, I think, is about 7 foot tall, 7'1". So Kai's going to be the tallest. He's going to have the longest limbs, I think. So he's going to be a major factor. I'm not sure if he's going to be an overwhelming factor offensively, but defensively, that's, I think, where he can make the most impact. If he can hold his own on the boards, rebounding-wise, if he can swat a couple of shots, I think that's going to be really, really a good sign for Gilas, at least our front line.
Buti na clear dun sa
Yes,
kasing
that is
Japanese
right.
B-League's concussion protocol.
And then you already brought up AJ Edu, who's still, doubtful.
Yes.
Unfortunately, but what would he have brought to the table? What would we be missing if he actually remains outside of the...
Well, I think AJ actually, Kai's amazing. Obviously, KQ and Carl Tamayo are also amazing young talents. But I think in terms of pure skill set, and sama mo na rin yung size ni AJ, who's about 6'10", 6'11", and mobility, he's a complete package. AJ was our third, he's our third leading scorer from the World Cup last year, leading rebounder in the World Cup last year, leading shot blocker. So all those things he brings to the table, and all those things we're gonna miss from this game. No? So I think that the onus is going to be on Carl, on KQ, even si Kuya Japeth, no, to really step up and kind of fill those shoes that AJ will not be able to do in this game.
Well, Gilas hasn't had the best history against New Zealand, as I said. We've lost all our matches sa FIBA sanctioned games. But head coach Tim Cohn, he's very confident.
Oh, yeah.
He's always confident. But with this particular lineup, I think you may optimism to si Coach Tim. Finally, we can beat them. What will it take for us? You've mentioned, enumerated mga kailangan advantages ng New Zealand. Anong kailangan ng Gilas gawin dito?
I think we just need to play our game. I mean, that's a cliche,
Yun na talaga, no?
But if we play our game, like we shoot, I mean, this is where my basketball geekiness is gonna come out, guys. So in coach speak kasi, there are 4 main factors to winning any basketball game. We have shooting, rebounding, fouls, and turnovers. No? As long as we have maybe under 15 turnovers, we don't give up too many free throws. I think New Zealand will still out-rebound us. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm jinxing them. But if we hold our own, if we're competitive on the boards, and we kind of outshoot them, we have a very good chance. I think I don't want to jinx our team. Oh my God, I don't want to jinx our team. But we have a very good chance. No? As long as we play our normal game, we play approximately the same intensity and quality we did against Latvia earlier this year. I think we have a good chance.
Hot seat time,
But
Cheska,
I
ikaw
know,
na.
I was about to say, do we get to ask you
make me
for your
jinx them.
fearless forecast?
Kailangan, Enzo, you have to.
Oh my gosh. I think Tim Cohn is going to prepare this team so well. He has prepared this team so well. This team is going to be so hungry and so confident, coming from that, a good OQT in Riga, coming off their 2 big wins in window 1 against Chinese Taipei and Hong Kong, playing against a relatively inexperienced New Zealand team at home in the MOA Arena, which should be full of rabid Gilas fans. I think we're gonna finally break the win column against New Zealand.
Close? 5 points? 2 points?
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, Jay. But I mean, this is New Zealand. But I think Tim Cohn has great reason to be confident. I think he'll make it happen.
Well, sana. And all the
Thank you, Enzo.
Filipinos watching,
Yes.
thank you. Maraming salamat. We'll see him again. We will
You're-
see you again.
You're going to be back here on Friday,
Yes.
yes?
For sure.
Again,
you.
Thank you so much. Hoop
All
nut.
right. Thank you so much, Enzo Flo. Always a joy
Yes.
listening to your insights
Galing.
on Gilas and FIBA. After the break, we will speak with veteran libero Buding Duremdes as she joins the Signal HD Spikers for the ongoing PVL All-Filipino Conference. Catch that when play-by-play returns.
You're watching play-by-play only here on One News. Welcome back to the show. A defensive boost for the Signal HD Spikers in the PVL. The team announced earlier today that they have signed 2022 Reinforced Conference Best Libero Buding Duremdes. The defensive specialist parted ways with the Cherry Tigo Crossovers after 4 years and a championship during the 2021 PVL Open Conference. Duremdes will reunite with some of her FEU teammates, as well as Coach Shaq De Los Santos. The 28-year-old libero will also team up with Don Macandili Katindig as Signal's main liberos during the ongoing All-Filipino Conference.
Joining us now via Zoom is none other than Signal's newest addition, Buding Duremdes. Buding, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Buding, congratulations. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you po.
Ayan, Buding, syempre, the past 4 years, binibuild mo yung PVL career mo. Ano yung pinaka nilolook forward mo ngayon na may new start ka, may new team ka in Signal?
Nilook forward ko po na maging maayos po yung ipapakita ko sa bago ko pong team.
Buding, sabi nga, help is on the way. Dahil nawala sa HD Spikers, 11-year veteran and libero Jack Jonela, nasa Farm Fresh na. Pero makakasama mo naman dito si Don Macandili na napakahusay din and mga former teammates mo dati sa FEU. At parang tatay-tatayan mo na, Coach Shaq. Kumbaga, malaking bagay, I'm sure, na si Coach Shaq makakasama mo muli. Ano yung pakiramdam? Ano masasabi mo? Dahil parang FEU, UAAP days mo ulit to.
Sobrang saya po na nakasama ko po ulit si Coach Shaq and yung mga teammates ko po dati sa FEU and sa Petrona din po dati na teammate ko po.
Si Coach Shaq ba, sinubukan kang ligawan? Nung ano na, parang, dito ka na, Buding. Ginanong ka ba? Oo. Yung tumawa lang. Okay, I'll take that as a yes.
Hindi, pero
Cute
sige,
ni Buding.
yung syempre, ano yung pinaka naaalala mo sa sistema ni Coach Shaq na alam mong mababalik sa laro mo?
Yung ano talaga, yung tinututukan ka niya at alam niya kasi kung ano yung gagawin sa akin. And syempre, tatay ko na yon.
And then, syempre, kasama mo na rin sa Signal si Don Katindig. Magka-share
Opo.
na kayo ng responsibilities dyan sa Signal. Napag-usapan nyo na ba? Nagsama na kayo? Kamusta ang practice with Don?
Sobrang thankful po ako na nakasama ko po si Ate Don kasi since college ko po nung pumasok ako sa FEU, ano po, idol na idol ko po talaga siya. So ngayon, binibiro ko nga siya. Idol ko dati, ngayon kasama ko na.
Pati ang lakas yun, ha? Feeling ko walang malalaglag na bola sa inyo, eh. Di ba? And then si Miss Everywhere, tapos nandiyan si Buding Ding, si Buding Duremdes. Parang ang hirap nun, ang dalawang ang liliksi nun, pagpalitan. Okay, Buding, Signal's chances na dito sa All-Filipino Conference, ano yung sa tingin mong, alam naman natin, ikaw defensive player, libero, alam na natin yung kaya mong gawin, napakaliksi sa Taraflex. Ano pa yung madadala ng isang Buding Duremdes para maganda-ganda ang, kumbaga, ipakita ng Signal dito sa All-Filipino Conference?
Ipapakita ko lang po yung best ko po every game. And syempre, sinisimulan ko muna sa training, yung mga kulang ko po.
Meron pa ba? Ano pang kulang?
Madami pa po.
Sure ka?
Madami
Apo.
pang ano. Pero nung nag-train kayo, parang bang, dali ulit ha. Parang, was it like, nung parang, di ba sabi nga nila, Chess, sinasabi nila, riding a bike. Parang ganun ba, nung unang training mo ulit, kahit nakapikit? Kasi nga, kabisado mo na si Coach Shaq, o medyo nanibago ka ulit?
Sobrang excited ko po talaga yung first training ko po.
Actually, kanina mo pa nga sinasabi na excited. Nararamdaman nga namin.
Ramdam namin, tumatago sa screen eh.
Na excited ka nga talaga. Pero syempre, mas excited yung mga fans
Yes.
na mapanood ka na
Yes.
kasama ang Signal. And syempre, bukas ba to? Bukas.
Oo, makakalaban ka,
makakalaban mo, former team mo.
Cherry Tigo, pakarap mo kaagad-agad.
Opo.
Gusto ko yun. Natawa ka na lang. Buding, ano masasabi mo doon? Dahil, di ba, bukas na agad at kalaban mo pa dating team mo, Cherry.
Wala po akong masabi.
Okay.
Sige,
Hindi,
sige.
sige, last na. Alam kong napakamahiyain kasi, pero thank you ulit sa oras mo. Alam kong excited ka. Anong gusto mo sabihin? Ibitahan mo yung mga fans, supportahan ka, Signal, bukas kalaban nyo, Cherry Tigo. Go, Buding!
Hi sa lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa Signal HD Spikers. Suportahan niyo po kami bukas sa laro namin 4 p.m. against Cherry Tigo Crossovers. Thank you po!
Buding,
Thank you,
maraming
Buding.
salamat. Next time
Ramdam.
dito ka sa amin.
Oo, ramdam ang
Kakabahan
excitement.
ako niyan.
Hindi, kami bahala sa'yo. Thank you once again. Signal HD Spikers new libero, Buding Duremdes. We've got highlights from today's NBA and UAAP men's basketball games. Let's start with JT, Jason Tatum, as he drops Georges Niang here. Take a look at this play. Woo! What a step back. Nobody guarding Tatum, and bang! Bang, bang to end the third look at Tatum. Also has a few words there for Georges Niang and handing the Cavaliers their first loss after 15 straight wins. Final score here 120 to 117. Celtics now 12-3 win-loss record. How about this? Chris Paul, the 39-year-old, turning back the clock on the OKC Thunder against Alex Caruso. Whoop! Cross and fade away three. A minute 28 left, and look at the Spurs fans going wild here. What a move, a dagger for Paul as he guides the Spurs 110-104 victory over OKC. CP3 had 14 points and 11 dimes. No Wemby, no problem here. Spurs now 7-8. Thunder dropped to 11-4. Last play from the NBA. How about this? Trey Mann climbs the ladder. 6'3" over 6'9". Noah Clowney. What a poster here, looking like Vince Carter on that play. And Mann tallying 19 points, 3 boards, 6 dimes. The Hornets lost, though, in this game, 116-115 against Brooklyn. Charlotte's record now 5-9. Brooklyn is at 6-9. Now let's go to the UAAP. Gerard Wilson off the pick to Momoe. Welcome back, Big Precious with a jam, making his presence felt. The Nigerian center finishing with 11 points, 12 boards, but UE falls to UP 77-67. I know you like that, Chess. Now next from the UP side, JD Kagulangan here. Take a look. Whoop, the spin, the bump, slows down, and then the drop pass to QBM, Quentin Miliora Brown, QMB with 14 points after the first half, and also finishing with 16 points, 12 boards, 2 blocks. Then, at the very next possession, take a look at this. Great defense to steal, and then take flight. Francis Lopez with a two-handed flush. Got 4 markers in the game, but what a sequence for the Fighting Maroons here. UP wins 77-67. And your favorite?
Welcome back, Big Precious.
Welcome back.
No, that
Big P.
Jason Tatum play was, George Niang, are you okay?
Dude,
All right,
dropping.
before we go, we want to congratulate one of the greatest tennis players of all time who just wrapped up his illustrious career. Rafael Nadal bids farewell to tennis following his last professional match in the Davis Cup. It was a bittersweet end to the 38-year-old's career. He lost the opening singles rubber of the quarterfinals as Netherlands defeated Spain 2-1 to reach the semis. But in his speech after the match, Nadal said that he was leaving tennis with peace of mind, having left a sporting and personal legacy he can be proud of.
Wow. Ooh, what a show.
Roger Federer's message to Rafael was also
Yes,
absolutely
yes.
beautiful.
You know what I love about it? The respect among the greats. You know, it's very nice, very great for sports. Thank you once again to Enzo Flojo and to Buding Duremdes. What a show tonight. That's all from us. Catch us again tomorrow at 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News at Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Calao. Thank you for watching. Good night.